we learned was, we just got to be ourselves each and every game. And, yeah, I think that was the biggest thing. And then this year, I think we're just, looking to do the same thing, be ourselves, stick to what we do. Obviously, UConn has some good players, has a good team. So we're going to, obviously watch film, learn from previous games against them, learn from this game, and then just continue to move forward. But I think being the best version of ourselves is what we're really focusing on the most.
And we've been joined by Oso Ighodaro, and we're going all the way on the right, Brendan.
Shaka, you just talk about the way you guys defended Josh Oduro. It was one double team after another, and it seemed like you guys were just determined to get the ball out of his hands.
Well, it starts with this guy right here. I mean, it was a war down there. These games are really hard to officiate, I would imagine, because there's a whole lot of jostling for position, if you will. The way we play, we don't really let guys just go post up and play one-on-one. We fly around and try to get it out of there. One of the reasons we do that is to turn people over. Oduro's a good player and a good passer, but I thought our guys had really good active hands against him, and that was a big difference maker.
In front, Jaden.
Shaka, first time your program history that this team will play for back-to-back conference championships. It will come so far in 3 years. What does it mean to you to have seen this program's resurgence?
Well, it's all about these two guys, and Cam Jones, Tyler Kolick, the other guys that have built this program. There's been a trust that they've had first and foremost in each other. And as we say, they've been dominoes to make each other better. I have, a reverence for this league because I grew up watching, John Thompson and the other great coaches in the Big East. And so, for us to even be here in the Garden on Friday night is very, very meaningful. And for us to have the type of team and the type of high-character guys that put us in a position to play tomorrow is awesome. And we're looking forward to making the most of it.
Right here in front.
Coach, you just made a great statement how hard it is for the officials to officiate with the bodies banging. Oduro picked up an offensive foul for a screen, and if you watch, there was about 4 screens that were very similar before the refs called it.
Yeah, for sure.
After they made that call, they put it back in. You went right at him to foul him out. How important was it when he picked up the 4th foul, and how, to all you guys, how was it that you guys were able to keep your emotion? Because the emotions were on the rise for everybody at that point.
They were. I thought the building was, there was a frantic nature. I thought it affected us at times, but I thought our guys poised down the stretch in the midst of that, kind of chaotic environment is a huge part of why we won. In terms of screens, there's moving screens on every possession, both ways. Both ways. And, it's just kind of been decided, like, hey, we're going to let most of those go. But sometimes it's so egregious that they call it. I'm glad I'm not an official. That's a hard position to be in. And a lot of times, like we're telling these guys, get over the screen, defeat the screen. And, it's a collision. And so the foul sometimes could go either way. But, definitely foul trouble was a factor tonight because Devin Carter had 4 for a while, and obviously Oduro fouled out.
All the way on the right.
Chase Ross got banged up early on. You talked to us about how he's been battling all season. How big was he for you tonight?
He was huge. Yeah, he kind of retweaked one of his injuries. He's just been a warrior. On the defensive end, we depend on him and Stevie, to guard the other team's best offensive perimeter players. Jaden Pierre is a good player, and he's been really, really aggressive in this tournament. He was really aggressive today. He led them in shot attempts. So we can't put Stevie on Carter and Pierre. So that Chase Ross is huge because he can go out there and guard those type of guys. And I thought Zay Lowry gave us a real lift as well on the defensive end.
In the back, Ralph.
For the players, and Oso in particular, your coach mentioned it was frantic, very physical. What was your assessment of how you guys kind of were able to maintain some poise as they were making that surge? And it's kind of a frantic game at that point.
Yeah, I thought we did a good job responding. We kind of got into the back and forth and I got out of control a little bit, but I think we did a good job of resetting and responding and coming together as a team and just really scrapping it out at the end.
Back to Ben.
So Shaka said yesterday, guys that didn't play a lot yesterday, you guys were going to need them today. What'd you think about the contributions you got from Zaid and BG off the bench?
Man, they were huge. Zaid and Trey have been huge all season for us. They're ready to play every time they get in there. They're tough. They make winning plays. Ben is just a dog. He's getting better and better. You can just see it. Every single game, he's getting better. His confidence is growing. He hit a big shot for us. Zaid hit big shots for us. They were huge for us.
We're doing 2 more. Sharon.
How does it feel to be in this moment right before the finals for you now?
It feels great. We came here to win the tournament, and we're in position to do that. So we have a big task tomorrow playing UConn. They're a good team, and we're ready for it.
Right here in front.
Coach, you moved out Cole for the tournament. First 2 games, you have assist turnover ratio of 27-13. So just how big of an emphasis have you put on ball handling for you guys, and also how big of it to have a big like Oso, who's such a capable passer, to take the pressure off the ball?
Well, first of all, the first thing he said in the locker room, he grabbed me. He said, "How about I play tomorrow?" But yeah, our guys. Listen, we're not the same without him offensively. He's, in my opinion, the best floor general, the best pick and roll player, the best passer in the country. And so our guys have done a heck of a job trying to pick up the slack the best they can. As we told them, no one's going to become him. We just got to each do a little bit more, being the best version of ourselves. I thought tonight, for whatever reason, we got a little, again, frantic or chaotic when the game got that way. And that's why, we struggled a little bit offensively in the second half. But our guys are doing a great job taking care of the ball. They did yesterday, and they did again today.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a nice night.
For Providence, it's going to be Jaden Pierre and Coach Kim English.
Sharon, nice to meet you. I feel like we've met before. New York weekend? Huh? Were you at the Super Bowl?
No, I wasn't at the Super Bowl.
Sorry, in the back.
Sorry.
Oh, I thought somebody was trying to ask a question. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So just keep it quick. Can I have your email? What's your name?
I think I have their email.
Bill. Tyler Curran. No, I don't think I met you before.
Good. Wasn't able to get here before Brody went home, so.
Yes. You know what it was? The Nets game. I was with,
They stuck around very long.
Dexter.
Dexter Henry?
Dexter Henry.
A lot of transfer portal tracking to do this summer again.
No, I was a Liberty game. WB Finals.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Anarchy over there right now.
Oh, okay.
It's unbelievable. People get noisy there.
No one in the country that I can see a day. Oh, yeah.
Providence is here. Can we have quiet, please?
I get so many emails.
Can we have quiet, please? Thank you. We have Devin Carter and Jaden Pierre. Coach Kim English.
Good evening. Yeah, tough loss for us, tough game. Didn't play our best game, didn't play well. As a group, Marquette obviously has a lot to do with that. I thought we did some things better than the last time against them. But it was the spurt in the first half that took the lead to 17. Some of that stuff was self-inflicted. Some of that stuff was my fault. Some things we did differently to try to throw a wrench in them, to try to slow them down. They were shooting at such a high clip. We learn from it. We move on. Hate that our fate is out of our hands, but we got a little less than 48 hours to wait and see where our next destination is.
Questions, please? Kevin?
Was it tough to get going, Kim? Physically, it seemed as like you guys were obviously dealing with an awful lot of banged up, but it seemed as if you could only play in spurts tonight.
Yeah, I made some shots. The first shot of the game I've never seen. They made some. It is tough to get going when you're not getting stops. You know, the game rewards teams that get stops because then they can play in transition. You know, every team in this league is different. You know, the way Georgetown guards ball screens is different than the way Creighton does. You know, you play 40-minute games against Creighton, the way your feet, the way your eyes are fixed are different coming off a pick and roll. Now, Marquette, I think Marquette may be the best in our league at changing what they do in pick and roll. They switch, they hard show, they stay home. Sometimes it keeps you off balance. So maybe that was a little bit a tribute to the slow start.
Questions? Right here.
Coach, what do you think when you see a guy like Devin Carter out there fighting so hard, taking so much contact when he's clearly hobbled throughout the game?
Yeah, he's exactly what we want our guys to do. Give it everything you have. He does that every moment he's on the court. And the scary thing with Devin is he's only scratching the surface of how good he can be. He's grown a lot this season. You know, excited to watch him, you know, the rest of this season and as he moves on in his career.
Kevin?
How are you physically right now?
I took a few blows to my left leg, my left calf a few times, so it just kept getting hit over and over in the same spot, unfortunately.
Raise your hand and ask a question. Kevin, you're next.
Yeah, Jaden, with Devin banged up a little bit, you led the team in
Shot attempts.
That aggression, just no choice, right, tonight?
Yeah, not really much of a choice. I mean, we know the situation we're in. I mean, this could be our last game playing, so why not leave it all out there? Give it my team everything I got, and just play hard for 40 minutes.
Right here in the middle. I'm sorry, Kevin. Come back.
For Coach English, I'm just wondering, what's your message now for your team as Selection Sunday loom?
Yeah, we'll wait and see. You know, excited to see where we end up. I'm very optimistic that when the selection committee gets to the bubble and they look at teams, you know, at face value, like I said, I highly doubt that the selection committee is sliding teams in and out based on the fanatical media frenzy. I think they're becoming more and more bracketologists on social media just to get more fans to follow them. I think it's much more realistic to look at the 8 or 9 teams and their resumes and see the amount of quad 1 wins that all those bubble teams have, to see the amount of quad 3 and 4 losses. I'm going to say that one more time. I think that the selection committee is going to look at quad 3 and 4 losses and decide what teams are in the field and not.
Next question, Bill.
Devin, was there a point in the second half where you just decided, I need to take over here, I need to carry us?
I mean, just coming into the second half, I knew after the first half I didn't really do too much to help my team try to get a victory, so I just looked myself in the mirror the second half, and we had a talk in the locker room, and I just thought to be more aggressive, and it worked out.
Next question, Sharon.
What was some of the things you talked about in the locker room at halftime to give an extra push?
That was a question for me. We just talked, you know, just getting defensive rebounds. We gave them a lot of second chance opportunities first half. So we just talked about that, and then just being aggressive. Like, we were kind of playing timid, you know, not really wanting to shoot open shots. So whenever we just told everybody to start shooting open shots, we started taking them and making them.
Providence, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Thank you for that.
Was it from the season hall a couple years back at the Precious Area? I just want you to introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. I'm just gonna run this.
Okay. S-H-A-R-A.
Enjoy the tournament. All right.
Thanks very much.